say in the scriptures, and that it's not pleasing to look at.
He said that about Paul too.
No, I've also watched
And
films
Paul
and
didn't
definitely
have
going down that
infirmities.
The New Testament, you don't understand the New Testament.
And I think there's a strange agenda. Like if they're like as an adult, if you're happy, like whatever.
Explains the Old Testament because it's all a symbolism. That's why the Jews didn't know that Jesus was coming. They wanted a king.
They wanted somebody on a horse with a sword and all that.
You ever heard of Mike Solomon or whatever?
A warrior.
Yeah, I don't know too much about the Jewish religion, other than like the specific sect of like Rothschild Zionism that studies relentlessly.
You ever research that stuff?
No, what's that?
Stuff.
Oh yeah, all that shit.
One guy is a
And you know,
Rothschild.
yeah, because they get that from the their fucked up ritual where they circumcise the kids and drink their blood. That's a real thing. That's like a religious ritual that Jewish people do to this day.
The priest puts his mouth on the genitals.
Yeah, it sucks the blood before circumcision.
There's something like that in Islam too.
Yeah, and I mean, that's what I'm saying. A lot of these religions, that's actually a very occult thing. And you learn it from the Pizzagate stuff, you look into that, and that has to do with adrenochrome, which is the specific hormone that only kids can make when they're afraid. That's supposed to be like the craziest psychedelic drug and also like extends life.
Getting high with people.
Yeah, it's essentially a form of black magic where they suck the life force.
But see, Hillary's been doing that, so I'm not so sure it works.
Well, put it this way, she'd be dead already if it didn't work. That's how I work. Because like you got to think how much bad karma they got coming. They have to do this sort of like wicked sorcery to stay above. And you know,
One of her emails did say that I'm sacrificing a chicken tonight.
I know.
Who said that?
One of Hillary's emails said
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
Because like it's subtle. Like
You have to
Moloch
look
is
into it.
the alpha figure of the pagans that they worship.
She said,
We were just talking about that.
she said got it out of the attic or something, took it out of the attic, sacrificing the chicken to Moloch tonight.
Yeah, in Rio. Yeah.
So that ties into the vegan thing. Like yeah,
But
people are
chicken-
sacrificing
chicken-
the animals to these gods and stuff like
In
that.
that.
That's why it's
they
a big
have
deal.
code words.
I mean,
Yeah, no, I
Yeah,
fuck
it's
with it.
all good. Like pizza, cheese, and this and that.
Yeah, and there's like, and even like the symbols. There's like these fucked up pedophile symbols. They're like spirals.
dude,
There's
they're like
harmless
kids'
symbols.
stories. They're like Build-A-Bear all
I've
over
seen it.
Build-A-Bear.
But they're implanting them in kids' media and kids' toys and stuff to sort of like gear them up.
Build-A-Bear? What do they have there?
They have some of the symbols.
Oh, the symbols.
Clothing.
Yeah, the underground pedophile.
I just saw a band and he had that symbol on his shirt. It's fucked up.
That's really fucked
Well,
up.
you know, a lot of those Hollywood types have to sell their soul to get that fame.
Exactly. Yeah. You have to do a lot of shit. You have to basically do multiple abominations, like straight spiritual abominations, to show that you're as crazy as them. And then I hear they videotape
That's what I heard.
it to have you.
And then
back.
And they have
You're,
something on
yeah.
you, leverage.
And usually it
Yeah.
involves like performing some sort of like gay sex or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've heard that
Children's
people
stuff.
have I've heard that people have fallen asleep at the Playboy Mansion, woke up like in a room with someone and on tape.
Yeah. Snuff films. Real nasty shit.
Yeah.
But once you do that, then they're like, all right,
There's
well,
a
now we
downstairs
own
in
you,
that Playboy
and you can get the big shows, Drake, you know, and sell out. But when you come home, you gotta, suck this dick or something. You know what I mean? Like it's fucked up how they do it, but that's what it is. And sex, they use sex as a form of magic as well. Because there's ways to use sex in like a white magic healing tantra kind of way, and then there's dark forms of that. You know what I mean? And that's that gets really dark, but that's what they do.
Yeah.
Fractures your.
Well, they pulled it.
Yeah.
They pulled it from all of us. Like they totally disillusioned us on what sex is and what it's supposed to be and how it's supposed to be performed. Like, people have no idea. And it's so powerful. It's like so powerful. And we've like limited it to like physical, which is like crap sex.
Yeah, and it's always like portrayed as like smut or like base level
Pornography
desires.
is thrown
It's supposed to be a
everywhere.
spiritual practice.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's supposed to be a sacred spiritual practice.
It's not supposed to, yeah, there's like when I talk about tantra, it's not supposed to lead to an orgasm, it's supposed to lead to an orgasmic state where you can like feel the spirit above, like with your energy that you're trying to kundalini. It's supposed to happen like outside of your body.
Right.
But no one can even like fathom that because it's like orgasm. You know what I mean? And it's like
Yeah, they just like watch porn and spank it. That's all they got as
and
far
there's
as
like
sexual
there's like
activity.
keys and you're supposed to use the keys. You have to like use all your keys to get up to the tantric state. You know, and it's like
It's basically using all your senses, your breath work and stuff like that.
and people would like disillusion that to like one night stands and stuff like that. How popular they made that and like how popular they made like sex and actually stupid.
You ever hear of Ray Comfort?
Huh?
You ever
Oh,
hear
for
of
gosh sake, Mark.
Who's Ray Comfort?
We're in the middle of this really intense conversation. You come up with Ray
You're
Comfort.
having an orgasm? That's
Oh, sorry.
what you're telling me? Okay, I
No,
won't. Never mind, no, I'll let you have your orgasm.
No.
Go ahead.
Well, he's this guy now.
The moment is lost. Yeah, who's Ray Comfort? Whatever his name is.
Never mind, no, that's
No,
fine.
he's a street preacher, and he does very well. But no, this we were talking about something else.
I know, but I've been thinking about this for like 15 minutes and waiting for women to stop talking.
And then, so, and what you did was you turned off what we were conversating about. So you
learn
could
something.
listen for an opening, and then you took it.
Look at me feeling bad about that.
Yeah, look at me throwing this on your head.
I don't know about that.
We go down to Ocean City. We were there 3 times this year.
Maryland or New Jersey?
New Jersey, on the boardwalk, and I set up the big banners, and we talked to everybody on the boardwalk.
Sick.
Last time we were there was September, and there were 6 of us. Me and 5 other guys. Mark was there, and Zoom was there, and Adam, and Travis, and yeah.
Did they try to, the police try to get you out of there?
No, they're great at Ocean City. They are wonderful. They
That's
stand
crazy.
right next to us. They're fine.
Wow, they like protect you.
They are great. No
That
other
rarely
bicycles, and I
happens.
could probably take them myself. They're not really strong.
Yeah, they use like rent-a-cops for those like shore towns.
Yeah.
Because they only come on for
They're
the
just
season.
young guys like the lifeguards, you know.
Yeah.
So, but no, we have a great time. So I'm going to be putting that. We need to have some sort of contact. Wait, are you on Facebook?
I do Instagram more.
Okay.
Do you guys
I'm
have like
not on
chat
Instagram.
apps like Telegram or Discord or any of those fucking things?
Do
Gotta get
you have my
time.
YouTube channel?
Oh, cool. Oh, is that what this is? 511? Is it the same thing?
Well, that,
Probably
but
on there, right?
my name, Marilyn Spirit Level, is my
Oh, that's
YouTube.
cool.
What's your second?
So I
YouTube
usually
name?
post a little video about an event coming up.
Something like email.
Huh?
You have two.
One is Gmail, so I can upload it from my phone. But the other one, it's just Maryland Spirit Level. So I would post it, or on Facebook, I have 4 pages, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Maryland, and Delaware, so I post things on those too.
Cool.
About events we're doing. So I'd like you to participate, feel free to come and, do any of our events with us. I'm going to be out in Westchester this year.
Interesting.
So I'm going to go to the college out there, and I know a dentist out there, I was telling Holly. So
Flat earther. That's awesome.
Nice.
Well, the guy who owns the float spot in Westchester, he's a flat earther too.
Where?
The guy that owns the float spot, he has one right out.
Oh.
What's Westchester,
Cool.
PA?
Very cool. All right, so
actually
we
might be a
need to
little
have more
closer to get to
connections,
these
make
meetings, so,
connections, because every time we find out about a new flat earther, that builds our community. That builds us up, it makes us stronger. So we got to do that. We got to build each other up.
Yeah.
This is why I'm having this health and
I'll
wellness
just
fair.
tell you about that.
Because for 511, which would be exposing all of the lies, and that's in Ephesians 5:11, we wanted to unite all the truther communities together. So I thought if I had this health fair, I could get a lot of different chemtrails, vaccines, vegans,
My
all
waitress
that.
is coming over here.
I could do all of that.
Yeah, we've been really on board with
Okay.
the vaccine thing.
Oh yeah, that's good.
I don't think I'll.
Yeah, that'll clean you right out.
Yeah, it's
Thank you.
And you'll have a lot of energy, because there's a lot of sugar in it, but you can't do it
But you gotta hit
forever.
her up, because I tried to explain that
It's
to her.
electrical field majority. I feel like fruit, like if you actually put fruit on it, it have the highest energy. So it's like you're getting that from there. I don't know. I think fruit's definitely sustainable.
I eat nothing but fruit. I eat nothing but fruit, and I just won an expert level grappling tournament in my weight class.
I do think
Grappling?
Yeah, like submission grappling, like jiu-jitsu.
Oh!
Yeah, I'm
I
MMA
thought like a
fighter.
grappling
yeah,
hook, like a grappling
Yeah, thanks. Got that fruit
That's
strength.
great.
Fruit strength.
I'm doing Rawlings for dinner. So yeah.
Working up the fasting, working up the detox period.
That was
Yeah.
my life.
too, 16 hours a day.
Yeah, intermittent. Yeah, nice. That's what you have.
I think fasting is the most effective thing you can ever do to change your diet. Regardless of like what you choose to eat, it almost matters less as long as you're just fasting, because that is when your body goes into regenerative detoxification.
Because when you start to want something again, it's not the same stuff.
Well, what'll happen
yes.
is just, that's, I mean, if you're still eating the same stuff, you're going to have continuous cravings. But if you're fasting, you'll find it easier to just eat less and not be so like have to eat, you know what I
It's
mean?
good to do intermittent fasting.
That's how I do it, yeah.
Where you eat like from 8 in the morning till noon and then just fast the rest of the time. So you get a
Or
long
from noon till
period
8
of time.
p.m., whatever
That's
you want.
good, yeah.
A lot of people find that eating little later is better because in the morning your body's doing a lot of like detoxing.
Detoxing,
When you
that's
wake
true.
up with your tongue all
That's
goofy.
true,
Yeah,
that's true.
A lot of the issue with the fasting, it's like, so if you do the fasting and then also stay off the foods that you're cravings, so the parasites, a lot of like for like meat and dairy, they actually die off after about like 16 to 18 days, and your taste buds actually die off after 2 days.
Yeah.
So yeah, so
So you have a new taste for
yeah.
things.
So it's like if you start replacing those things with like healthier things, you're gonna be craving like if just say you replace like Starburst bell peppers, you're gonna start craving those bell peppers.
Or
Is that like
mangoes.
the Starburst?
You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Or mangoes. Yeah.
Yeah, like I crave mango.
Did you ever try diatomaceous earth?
What the hell's that? That sounds familiar.
I used to.
Wait, I've heard of
That
this.
goes
What is
in pool
this?
filters, but I've never heard
But
of
that's a lower grade. If you can get food grade DE, and it's the same thing, but it's not. It's clean. It's not. Doesn't have all the other stuff in it.
Is that like similar to Miracle Mineral Solution?
It's a little, it's diatomaceous earth. It's a little diatom, which is a little animal skeleton. And if you eat that, you can get rid of parasites that way. You can also put it around where ants go, and it'll kill off the ants. It'll kill off bees.
Wow.
Yeah, because it shards their appendages and whatnot. That's crazy.
Oh, that's
Yeah, but it doesn't hurt people to eat it because it's so small.
nice. But it'll kill the microorganisms.
It'll
I would
kill.
say black walnut husk too. That's a parasite killer.
Yeah, there are some crazy weird herbs. Like, dude, I ordered this colon cleanse. Check this out. Apparently, most people have like 20 pounds of undigested food just sitting in their colon.
Great.
Yo, that is true. Okay, I did a colon cleanse, and it's nothing weird. No, nothing going up the shoulder. You know what I mean?
It just herbs.
Yeah.
Did you order another one?
No, I did not.
You lied.
I did not.
Look
Yeah,
good,
yeah.
thank you.
I ordered water, but she brought me a beer. I don't know what she did.
Is he lying?
Uh-huh.
Mark, you have to drive home.
Yeah, but I live like
I'll worry about you now. You had 5.
I grew up with the one beer.
So yeah, I do the annually. I do Andre Moritz, the liver and gallbladder flush.
Yeah.
That's really
Yeah,
good.
you gotta take care of your organs.
Yeah.
Send
I'm
that
gonna
to
try the
Zoom.
Desert Silver.
Yes, but
Are
I
you
don't
talking
know
about
that I'll get it.
colloidal silver?
He
That's
does
what's
not.
worth wanting.
You
I know
can
people
only see
serious
his
Jesus.
cell phone.
50 bucks a bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how much is
I
your
don't
health
know if he'll
worth?
get
Yeah,
his
you're
cell
right. You know what I
phone.
mean?
Yeah, there's a lot. See, we can learn from each other just by talking.
Yeah, it's cool when truthers gather together. You know, everybody
Yeah.
you can share a bunch
They're
of
brings
ideas.
something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I talk about Ray Comfort yet?
I'd love to hear about Ray Comfort.
He's very good at what he does, but my goodness.
Anyway, Ray Comfort has his little spiel like everybody else does.
Yeah.
Anyway, he talks about, when he starts talking about Jesus, he says, if you understand the legal implications here, and the guy, everybody goes,
Of
no,
what? What do you mean?
you sin against the Holy God.
That's not legal.
Hold on. Yes, it is. He's a judge. He has to put his sin.
Yeah, see, that's where me and you disagree. I have a fundamental experience with spirituality that God doesn't judge you, and that's where you lose me with the Jesus thing, because I believe that the true Creator has no judgment. It's just all love. It's unanimous love, and whether you're evil or whether you're a good person, it's going to be indifferent to it.
You know what the first commandment is?
Thou shalt not put somebody else before
Don't
God.
create a
right?
God in your own image.
Yeah, so what is
Why-
Jesus?
You're creating a God.
No, see, like I've heard that Jesus is actually breaking the first commandment because Jesus is somebody who's not actually the creator God. You know what I mean?
No, he's
Jesus
your
is somebody
creator.
else who came in God's
He's not
image.
God the Father. He's your creator.
Yeah.
And you're made in His image.
Well, I mean, God the Father created everything, right?
Yeah.
Created the earth.
See, we don't.
So
we don't
who
always-
is this Jesus character that comes in halfway into his creation that becomes the new God? That to me is breaking the first
If God was
commandment.
electricity, could you comprehend it?
Huh?
If God
I
was
think that God is
electricity,
electricity. I think it's an
right,
equator force.
right. You couldn't comprehend it.
You can
He
experience
gave
it.
you Jesus. That's who gave you.
So is Jesus
So
an
you-
electrical force?
So
No, He's God in the flesh.
if
That
you
you can
do
comprehend.
if you do something and you say, well, gee, I guess I shouldn't have done that. That's the way I think God corrects us.
Yeah, the
He
conscience.
corrects us by giving us those
I
no
think
feelings.
it's less of a judgment and more of a natural karmic reaction. So like for every action there's a reaction. When you do something that has like negative karma, it's not God judging you. It's actually just a reaction that you have created. You've created this imbalance that has to seek equilibrium through your good, bad
I think
actions.
there's something to that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's what we have like sort of created the analogy of heaven and hell for.
Our actions come already with a consequence.
Yes, exactly. There are
So there's a
behavioral
consequence
consequences to it.
attached to this action.
Exactly.
So if you do that, you're going to get the consequence.
Exactly. But even if you get the bad consequence, God still loves you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's like the mindset you have. You will have to pay for your sins.
Until you
but
get
you're-
tired of getting
What
that
what is,
consequence.
what is the payment for sinning against the Holy God?
Well, I mean, it depends on how bad your infraction is.
He
you know
says
what I
it's
mean?
death.
Yeah.
And you can't survive it. It's impossible. That's why Jesus had to pay your fine. Because if you have to pay your fine, you know what?
Well, I am going to die at some point, so I will
Right.
get it paid at some point, right?
And that's death.
I got
It's called the second death.
Yeah.
You'll be judged, and you're going to be found guilty. He tells you in advance. And you're going to be
Yeah,
discarded.
see, this just sounds like fear tactics. I'm buying that shit.
Well, it
You know what I mean?
is. It is. It is fair tax.
That to me is what the
You
church,
will-
how the church infected. This whole connection with spirit should be loving. It should be feminine. But with
Yeah.
this whole like, if you don't do by me, you're gonna get, I'm gonna put you in the cinder box thing. Like, I
And,
don't
but-
buy
and
that.
that's
He
the
didn't say be
Roman.
good.
The Roman Church has. You can buy
Exactly,
it.
Roman
You
Catholic.
can buy your way out of all the.
Yeah, Roman Catholicism, and that's
Forget
where I
that.
was raised. I was raised Roman.
Oh, see, that's going to be really hard
Do you know what
to
I
see
mean?
what he's saying
Yeah.
at all because.
That's not Christianity. That's religion.
Yeah, but
You're
see,
talking.
that's-
They still
what
worship
you're dealing
Jesus
with.
though. They still have the same
It doesn't matter.
ideology that you have to accept Jesus or else
There's
you're
the
in
Word
hell.
of God and there's religion. The two are not the same.
Yeah.
The religion comes from the Word of God. If the religion is screwed up, right, it's religion's fault.
Yeah,
not
I don't
the
believe
Word
in
of God.
religion anymore.
And they're the ones that don't like flat earthers, religion. They don't want us.
Yeah.
Because we keep pointing to the Word of God. Say, look what it says here. Look what it says here. And they're like, we don't care. We
They
believe
don't teach it. That's
we
right.
believe the earth is round.
They don't teach it.
I know, yeah, it's annoying that they don't even listen to their own fucking doctor, and that drives me crazy.
That's right.
Well,
Like, if you go up to a preacher and tell them, hey, look, your book says Earth's flat, right? They're like, shut up. We don't listen to
They
that
don't want to
part.
know. They'd rather get rid of you, and that's what they did with me. 2 churches I was squeezed out of because of flat earth.
Yeah, that's the truth. Because yeah, like you said, religion is about controlling you. 100%. It is 100% about controlling you.
But
That's
see,
what it is.
you gotta think a little deeper. You know who controls religion in this country? The Catholic Church.
Yeah.
The Jesuits infiltrated all
Yeah, the Jesuits run the
academic-
show.
Right.
They run the whole
Now,
show.
they can't change the Word of God.
Yeah.
They never have. Well, a little bit.
They tried.
They try and they still do a little bit. Right? But they control the educational institutions, right? Which kick out the pastors. So he comes out not being able to see to the left or right. This
Yeah.
is what he sees.
Tunnel vision.
So when you teach him stuff, he's like, what?
So.
Nobody told me.
And I went to school for this, so I would have known. I would have gotten that information. Trust me, it's the same thing with the engineering stuff. People will be like, you have no idea what this, you know what I mean? You don't know anything about math and physics. And then I'm like, well, do you know, can you calculate 8 inches per mile squared? It's an algebra problem. Let's try it. You know what I mean? And then you start doing that, like, oh, I don't even know algebra. I'm like, well, I figured out, Calc 3, so like, don't tell me I don't know fucking math if you can't follow me along on this algebra problem. But it just comes from people's, inability to look at it. You know? Like there's an institution that forces a certain protocol, and if you're not with the program, you're rough on the feathers and they kick you out. That's dead. I hate all of it. You know what I mean? Which is like stuff like this, decentralized people meeting up on their own volition. That to me is the future.
It is. It is.
I think I just
Well, and that was the early church too. They met in people's homes.
Yeah.
There was no big structures.
Yeah, you didn't have to go to church to pray. You know what I mean?
Have you heard about mud floods?
Mud floods, what is that?
Well, that's something that they're looking into now about the old structures that what they call cathedrals. They were actually energy stations where the lightning rods were actually energy collectors, and they would come in and the organs were putting out sound waves, and actually people went in there to get healed. Because sound and vibration can heal your body.
You are spot on. You are spot fucking on. They've replicated this technology in the 1900s and it got suppressed. It's called orgonite. and they basically,
Organized, yeah.
this dude would
I have
supercharge boxes, and that would just electrical potential, and the electrical frequencies at the right frequency can cure any disease. And that's exactly
The
what
right
that would do.
machine.
Yeah, exactly. And get this, I was at this conference last year in Acapulco. Some dude made a version of this. He created a plasma tube capacitor, essentially, where you put your body in between the capacitor. So, you know,
Tesla.
yeah, straight up. It was based on Tesla technology and everything. It was amazing. It was the closest thing to like I was like the warm mother's bliss of the universe. It was crazy. Just being engulfed in like true, like tuned to the human frequency, electromagnetic
Like being
radiation.
connected to the universe.
Yes, exactly. Holy, 100%. That's how I put it.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
So this is all the stuff that they're keeping from us.
Exactly, and they're
lying
giving us
about.
Wi-Fi, which is just, it's all the satanic inversion rule. They just detune the Wi-Fi to a frequency that is disharmonic to the human element. It's all negative.
Yeah, the 432, then you
Yeah.
change it to 440.
Exactly, to
whatever,
do it with
like
sound
that.
as well. And in fact, I was
Yeah.
in a band for a while, and we ended up down tuning
Oh, Rob wants to start up a band.
Oh, 432, bro.
I got air guitar, man.
But yeah, sound and electromagnetic vibrations
Yeah.
basically dictate everything.
Right.
As far as, and I mean, I would go as far as to say that for the pyramids, how they were built and how they were created.
Yes.
They were levitated with electromagnetic frequency. That's how they were able to get them the true north, south, east, and west, is because they're just locked. They were in the Earth's magnetic grid at those directions, and then they just set it down. There you go. And then they do it, they build them all to these proportions so that the chambers in there are basically just like those mud things. So where the pyramid and its point reaching up to the heavens, it's just a channel for electromagnetic energy that is natural, that is produced by the earth. Yep. And then you can just bask in that shit.
And it could power their town. It could power
Yeah,
their
exactly. Remotely, without wires. You electrify the layer of
Yes.
atmosphere, and ironically, this only works on flat Earth too. You can't electrify a round atmosphere
No, you're right.
at one level.
You're
What it
right.
is it's actually a layer of density that is permeable for electrolysis.
I heard you guys talking about gravity before, and when I go out and teach, I don't teach the gravity. I teach that there's now some flat earthers will teach density and buoyancy as an alternative to gravity, and
Yeah.
I say, but no, because density and buoyancy are properties within the force.
That's how
there
I feel.
has to be another force, and
It's
I already put a
electromagnetic, right?
video up about that. So look on my channel about density and buoyancy, and you'll see that I prove that those are just properties within the force.
Yeah.
So when I go out, I have this little spiral metal thing.
Yeah?
We actually live within a torus field.
Yes.
Okay? So the electricity comes out of the North Pole and it excites the elements in the lower atmos. That gives us the aurora borealis.
Yes.
And it comes up and it
Yes,
goes around.
yes.
Comes up and goes around, goes through the sun, which is a filament.
Yeah. Ooh.
And so it's charged, and then that gives us the light. The moon is a negative charge filament.
Yes.
That's what, I can't prove those
A
things.
cathode and the anode.
This is
Right.
what I'm teaching. So then it comes down around where Antarctica is.
Yes.
And then, well, I don't know what's underneath.
But it would only
goes
make sense that the
around.
Taurus goes underneath.
And I teach that it's like a sliced through donut.
Yeah.
And that's what our Earth is,
Yeah.
like inside this donut.
I wholly agree. As far as models go, that's consistent electromagnetically, it's consistent
Yes.
with what we observe, and it's just
Yes.
consistent symmetrically as well.
So,
Geometry.
not gravity, which pulls us to the center of a spinning ball, but it's diamagnetism which
Yes.
is pushing us down.
Yes. And if you figure out how to master that field, which Tesla did, people create anti-gravity.
Levitation,
Exactly.
which
Yeah.
we have.
Yes.
They have that.
Yeah, it
They
is.
are flying things around up
That's
there.
what the UFO phenomenon
Yes.
is. It's everybody using levitation devices. And they
Not
figured this out.
everybody,
The Germans
just
had that shit in World War II.
government.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Germans
And
have it.
the fucking
You know
Americans
why
stole it
the
from the
Germans were so advanced?
Why?
Because they are descendants. They're descendants of Tartaria.
I heard that. They're like Nordic people, right?
Tartaria.
What are
The
those?
strawberry blondes. This is all natural.
Yeah.
Okay? And they were the civilization. And my father was from Sweden. My mother was a German descendant. So I think I'm like right in there. Like she's saying. I don't have any gray hair, and I'm 64 this year.
Amazing.
Really? You're a nice looking woman.
He had 5 beers. I'm telling you.
I think I'm funny after 5 minutes.
Funny? So anyway, yeah, where was I?
You were talking about descendants.
Tartaria.
Well,
Yeah.
she made dance after
So
6.
China didn't build that wall. The Tartarians built the wall to keep the Chinese out of
Keep the
there.
Chinamen out. That's
Yes.
crazy. What? That's
Yes.
the craziest theory I ever heard. And you know what? That makes sense because I'm climbing that wall. I'm like, how much of fucking small ass Chinese
Yes.
people building this
Yes.
big ass wall? Get the fuck
And these
out of here.
Tartarians were big.
Yeah,
Big.
they're big people.
That's right.
Germans are fucking big.
And the mud floods, see, they had a huge civilization all through Russia and then even down in like the Americas, some
Wow.
of that. They built these huge block stone buildings like are in our capitals
Yeah, exactly.
that
Hello.
existed before we even got here. And that's what the mud floods is about.
Oh, that's cool.
See, so I'm thinking there's
Sounds
something
like a
to
reset.
this.
Yeah.
There's something to this.
Yeah.
Because none of these people built those structures.
They inherited them from somewhere else.
They stole them and
Yeah.
just lied about it.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
lied about it.
Oh, yeah, it's ours.
And
We got
that's
it.
where these free masons,
Yes.
the masonry was free.
Yeah.
They are free.
Oh, I get it.
Masons. Masonry.
Oh, God. Yo, you're blowing my mind right now. This is
Thank you. I
awesome.
love doing that.
I do like that.
I always understood the Mason part because of all of the masonry, but I was like, what the?
And all they have to do is lie.
Yeah.
That's
it.
what their whole secret society is
And that's
about.
what the
It's
devil's
about
calling.
lying.
Yeah. It's deceit. You're right. You're 100% right. And that's
Then
the whole
do you know
fun
what
of
it is for them to get into their organization? You have to lie bare chested and people point swords at you. And
Yeah.
if you tell our secrets, we'll disembowel you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what that's about.
There's
Isn't
consequences.
that weird? That's crazy.
But you have to have
I almost
sex with
joined it
chicken.
once.
Really?
Stop
I
it.
had my interview and everything.
Really? Do you know a guy by the name of Mark Passio?
Yes.
You know Mark Passio? I'm making his newest film on natural law.
Get out.
Yep, he's my one of my good friends and now my affiliate.
Awesome.
Yeah, but I was a huge fan before that.
National law.
'Cause he, yeah, natural law, yeah.
Natural law.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said national
Oh,
law.
no, natural law. Yeah, no, I forgot why you called that. Oh, because you told me about the secret society thing.
Yeah.
He was high up in that satanic priest organization and then came out of it to expose it all. And that's big because he's got like an insider scoop and he never ever skips detail. This dude is the most thorough researcher on all the lies that we've been fed and how to untangle them and then get to the real truth. I fuck with him big time.
Put a plate on top of that thing because it's sticking up. I don't know if my camera's still running or thank you.
Oh, okay.
What I don't understand is, I've been a Christian all my life, as far as I know. Christians will not believe the Bible. And it kills me. You tell me about the flat earth.
Because it doesn't
But
fit
if you
the
back,
doctrine
but if you
of
back
Christ.
them up a little bit, it says Satan will deceive the entire world.
Yeah.
You believe that?
Because
Well, it's like,
He told me.
They're not
Wait,
being
wait a
taught
minute.
that.
Yeah.
They're not being
I don't
taught
believe
that.
I could be deceived. It says right there, look, Satan will deceive. He says, whoever the Antichrist is, right? He's going to bring fire down from heaven, right? He's going to usher in the mark of the beast. You won't be able to buy or sell without the mark of the beast.
Yeah, and that's what this is. This fucking thing.
the chip.
That's the mark of the beast
The
right
chip.
there. The chip.
And they're training us to use it.
Yep, and guess where it's gonna go? It's here right now. Guess where it's gonna go? That's
Why
where I
isn't
want
it your birth certificate?
Huh?
Why isn't it your birth
I think the birth certificate is where this all starts. Believe it or not, all of your legal
People
documents.
say that.
Yeah, all your legal documents get traced back to that. Everything. All of that, like all
So,
this.
as a Christian, I've already accepted the mark of the beast.
How's that work?
Well,
Are you supposed to deny it?
I've got a
Well-
Are you supposed to say fuck off?
I've got no. It says whoever accepts the mark of the beast, right, and worships the beast will never have eternal life. You're done.
So
But
you,
it says in there, in your your hand or your forehead. So you have no
Well,
doubt that.
that's not physical. If you find other places in the Bible, it talks about it's your beliefs. It's what
Yeah.
you stand for.
Yeah.
Your right hand. My forehead stands for what I believe in. It's not talking about a physical.
physically, yeah.
But they're
could be.
doing it physical.
They do. Yeah, it is ironic. But they
It
do want to
could
go
be,
there.
but it's not definitive. It's not just that.
So in
This
other
means
words, the
this is
people
me.
who are in
I
the
am me. This is
system,
what I stand for. This is what I believe.
Yeah.
the people who are in the system and believe in the system,
Right.
that's the beast. The system is the beast.
Yeah.
So if you just go along with the system and don't want to talk about flat earth or anything else like conspiracy or anything like that, then you are accepting and worshiping the system.
I do not know what worshiping the beast consists of. But that is the line in the
I
sand.
would say-
When you cross it in the last 3.5 years, screws you.
Yeah,
Not if
because
somebody tells you
you're
the
going to do it
truth.
because it says you won't be able to
And
buy
you
or
deny
sell.
the truth?
What if you go out the market beef?
See,
Yeah.
So
Jesus.
you're going to eat garbage?
Well, that's
So
what I'm
you
saying.
want-
That's what I think it is. What I think they mean by you can't buy or sell is we're going to control all transactions and make everything an
Right.
Orwellian nightmare.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like, I don't know if you know anything about cryptocurrency, but anarchists like punk rock, like fucking techno whizzies invented the antithesis to this, where they basically create currency systems.
Like
that,
Bitcoin?
Yeah, exactly. So Bitcoin is this minus any sort of oversight. It's completely trustless in the sense that it's 1,000,000,001 computers that just facilitate transactions.
Right.
They have no bias. They cannot be corrupted because they all check with each other. So nobody can break it.
Well, garbage in, garbage out. I mean, whatever you program that computer to do, it's gonna do.
Well, yeah, the code is open source.
If you had $1
everybody
million
can read
of
what it's doing.
bitcoins, right? And the shit hit the fan. How many are you going to give me for my can of beans?
Huh? Depends on how much you want for
I
it.
want all. All.
Well, then I'll find somebody who's not so Jewish and then fucking get hooked up, you know what I mean? Not to be a racist. but-
Bitcoin ain't worth a can of beans.
Neither is the Federal Reserve note that you paid for this deal
Yeah.
with. In fact, it's actually worth less. It used to be worth something. It used to be backed with gold, but then they were like, ah, yeah, fuck that. We're not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
So now it's not even worth gold.
Yeah, they
It's an
took that
IOU.
I
gold.
watched Kennedy get killed on national TV, right?
Yeah.
And that's what got me into this conspiracy.
It's ridiculous. You just kill the president like that. Nobody can just kill the president unless you're within the system. You know what I mean? And you know what he was doing? You know why he fucking got killed?
The silver-backed.
Yep, he created that with his own currency that was going to be public, so there couldn't be. See, the way this works is the fucking currency gets loaned from a private entity
That's right.
to the government.
1913, the Federal Reserve
The
Act.
creature from Jekyll Island.
Yes.
Yep. So basically, how that it creates this dichotomy of private enterprise and then public law enforcement that they can team up.
Communism.
Yes, exactly, it is. Central banking is a tenet of communism.
That's right.
And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make
That's right.
America a communist wasteland, which is what the PPA is. Another tenet of communism is that no one controls transportation. So they're trying to take away all our fucking cars.
And it's back to, she goes to colleges and spreads the flat earth. You ever see her videos?
That's so
She goes to colleges, Penn State,
I
anywhere.
got something to do. I gotta go to temple. That's what I got with these
Yeah,
kids.
she went to temple too.
Nice.
Cause
Yeah,
Zoom and I went to Temple.
Because the communism, they infect, that's part of the strategy too of communism is to infect the academic institutions
Yes.
and to get the minds of the young first.
Yeah.
And just get them believing in all this nonsense. And like, you know what I mean? Like, not to rip on your friends, but like, that's basically what's happening to your friends, like Hope and whatever.
We were just talking about that.
Like, yeah, and it sucks because, but it's not just that. Like,
But
some
see,
of the
it's
millions.
really, you're stuck. If you want to get a better job, you have to have that piece of paper. And in order to do that, you have to go through all their indoctrination. But to have a sane mind when you come out, that's really tough.
It's challenging, yeah.
But communism looks good on paper to a point, right?
But then you
Look how
at-
it was implemented.
Yeah, look at
Stalin.
Yeah. So worse.
Would
He's
you like to
almost worse
kill
than
100
Hitler.
million people to get your utopia in?
Yeah,
You know?
and it doesn't work that way. Like you can't create a utopia by controlling everything. Okay? If there's any type of utopia, it's when you abdicate control of everything and things reach an actual equilibrium. That's how I look at it personally.
So who is the prince of this world anyway?
The prince? I don't know. I mean, I
The
don't.
Bible tells you.
Who the king? I mean, yeah, I'm sure. I mean, I think basically, if you're asking who I think the top of the pyramid is, I do think it is a greater than human evil force
Satan.
of nature. Yeah,
Says
and that has been
Satan
described
is
as
the prince of this
Exactly.
world.
Yeah,
It's
I
not,
believe it.
not Jesus. It's not God.
Yeah, this is Satan's kingdom.
And
Right?
you know why he's the prince of this world?
Because he's convinced
You
everybody.
ever
to
see
be
you ever see a show where they put a wallet down and they see what people do and they pick it up?
Yeah.
Some people look to see who it belongs to. Some people want to put it in their pocket, throw the wallet away, they don't care. This whole world is to see. It's to check out your spirit.
Yeah.
To see what you'll do.
It is a test.
He placed your spirit here.
Interesting.
Somebody else's spirit he placed over there. Maybe because he sees in the future.
Yeah.
Yours he placed here
Yeah.
for some reason. To
The
see
master
what
of the
you'll
flesh.
do. And you've already kind of crossed it over. You ain't made it there because you don't even know who Jesus is.
Trust me, I know way more about Jesus than I want to. I was told everything about Jesus and his whole life story my entire
See, you
life.
shouldn't go on by what you were told. It's only you and he experiencing it together. It's you and him. It's
He
nobody
said he wanted a
else.
personal relationship.
That's
with
what
you.
it's about.
Personal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not
So what
worship.
does that entail? Like prayer? Is that what you're getting at?
Prayer is talking.
Prayer is communication
Just like
with
you
the
talk to
higher
her.
realm, right? You know what I mean?
Nobody's keeping a scorecard except for him and you together. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
So do it yourself.
How he does that, I don't know. But he knows you
Yeah.
personally. He says he knows the number of hairs on your head. He knows when you stand and sit. He's watching you.
It's omnipotent, omnipresent force, right?
But he's not the kind that doesn't care. He cares.
He loves you.
This one cares. Jesus cares.
Yeah.
He is God in the flesh.
Yeah.
He's also.
He does give us all the tools we need to get through this world.
The Ten Commandments, right?
More than
No.
that.
That's
He
the
gives
middle.
us-
How you guys feel? Yeah, that's the
He
minimum.
gives us each other. He gives us prayer. He gives us connections, spiritual connections, and that's what we need to get through this world.
Yeah.
We need each other. Okay,
And
so
spiritual sustenance.
yeah, and we need to talk about these things
Yeah.
and communicate, so we can watch out for. Oh yeah, look out for that thing.
Mm-hmm. Look out for the snake, the viper, and the den.
Yeah.
You can't keep the Ten Commandments. That was your purpose.
What do you mean?
When Jesus.
You can't.
Nope.
We will
I
fail.
keep the Ten
We
Commandments.
will fail miserably.
I nail it, dude. I can't. Tell me which Ten Commandments I don't keep.
You already told me. You broke the first one. You didn't even get through 10.
The first one,
You made a God in your own
I
image.
postulate.
You can say
you
you
made
can
a
keep
God in
them.
your
That
own
I
means
disagree.
you just
I
lied.
disagree.
Well, God doesn't. God made the rules. How can you disagree with
Well,
that?
I think making a God in your own image is exactly what Jesus is. You personify this etherical force that is this huge nature, and you turn him into a fucking man.
No, he
That's
said-
making God into the image of man. That is breaking the first
No,
commandment.
he said you are
That's
image
why I don't
of
buy
him.
it.
He said you are image of him.
Well, either way,
Whatever God
either way,
made Jesus, Jesus made you.
I know, but you're telling me that the first commandment is making God into the image of man, and that's exactly what Jesus is God in the image of man. He looks like a man, he walks like a man, he talks like a man, but he's supposed to be God.
Well,
I just heard this from a Christian who doesn't believe in the New Testament. He thinks that the Old Testament is actually literally true, which I would venture to say is probably true. I believe in the Great Flood. There's plenty of evidence for that. It's just the firmament cracking. That's all it is. The Great Flood is the firmament letting the waters above us down. That's all it is. Open up.
Actually, I think that the Great Flood was an inner layer of the dome, like an Oreo cookie.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the days before the flood, it never rained. Okay? And there was more oxygen and higher air pressure.
Yeah.
Because
The
that's
trees
why
are there and shit.
hyperbaric oxygen therapy works.
We just did that. Yeah.
You just did H-pot?
Well, I don't think that the oxygen bar.
Oxygen therapy. That's what she's
But
talking
it's
about.
under pressure.
Yeah, it's. I think
You're
you're
in a tube.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Or
Yeah, this is different than what we did. Yeah, we did it.
We do like a knockoff
Oxygen
version.
is
I
good.
know what you're talking
But when
about.
it's under pressure, it gets to places the red blood cells can't get.
They got
It
stuff
can oxygenate the plasma, and that goes
That's where they had
places.
dinosaur prints.
crazy.
I actually have one of those around my corner.
Right, and I found a picture
Over
once,
in,
and
the
a guy
town
was out on the
square.
road selling
one.
dinosaur
Oh, yeah,
prints.
there's
Is that in Rush? Is that like in Westchester?
Cut out the rock.
Union Square is
Right,
Union
this is
Square
before
Dome.
they found out that
Is
it
it
was
exit
Rolls
3
Royce.
or Route 3 or something like
Yeah,
that?
we're
Oh,
Yeah, we're good.
yeah, we're good.
Thank you.
Yeah, I went down there. They treat autistic kids down there. And I went and I took a couple people. We did some treatments a couple years ago. But now it's like really packed. More people are catching on to doing it.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful detoxification. It reduces inflammation, which is the cause of all disease.
Alkalinity is just having more oxygen in a
Yeah.
system. So yes, that makes
Nobody
perfect
took
sense.
my
Yeah.
cards.
And I found too that a fever changes acidic conditions into alkaline.
Yup.
Heat makes it more alkaline.
Yup.
So what do we have? We have the pharmaceuticals coming out with fever reducers,
Yup.
which are just hurting us.
Exactly.
So why do that? Let the fever go.
Let your body
Don't
do
let
what
us
you
don't
have.
scare us with brain damage. I mean, come on.
Insane. I had a viral infection one time, a viral skin infection, and I was taking antivirals to get rid of it, right? They almost killed me. Like I remember I would stand up and get like lightheaded and like feel like this is the end. It was crazy. It was fucked up. And then what I ended up doing was I started fasting.
I'm taking herbs.
Yeah, I take
That's
herbs.
the best thing.
And then I cured the infection. I didn't have to take the pills at all. I never had an issue with that shit again.
So that's why I think that there was an inner dome because they were longer days, and the glass or the ice or whatever it
I
is,
think it's crystal. I think it's
it
some sort of
acts
crystal.
like
in-
fiber
Electricity
optics.
Piezoelectric something. Yeah, fiber optic, exactly.
It's fiber
'Cause
optics.
that's how crystals work. You got fucking crystal, silicon crystals in your laptops and shit. That's how it works. It
It's
can,
fiber optics.
so amazing. And that's how it communicates like a neural network. It's all electrical.
Yeah,
You
I
can do
agree
a
with
neural
that.
network, either direct electrical connection through crystals, or we're all near magnetic field.
Is
Just
that
think
why?
about it.
Is that why the 100 Monkey experiment works?
Yes, we're just all picking up the Earth's Wi-Fi is what it is. The Earth's got some natural Wi-Fi, we're all
Just
tapped
talking
into
about
it.
that on the way out to the float sprout today.
What, the
Actually.
100 monkeys?
Yeah.
The 100 Monkey, it's where they gave these monkeys on an island, like their own thing to what was it?
It was
They
like
got
something
water or
to,
something.
they had to get
They
food
taught them
or
a
something.
skill.
Yeah, they taught them a skill.
And then the monkeys on other islands picked up that skill without communicating or being around these other monkeys.
Yeah,
No
they're
kidding.
completely
Yeah.
isolated.
And
But
they
then-
also
It was
did it with like
nuts.
a supercomputer with the 1011 and stuff like that. When major events happen like 9/11, it's more consistent. When people are freaking out and they're in the same
Yeah,
wave.
consciousness affects random
Yeah.
number generators.
Yep.
Wow.
Which is crazy. And guess what? I've done that before. I swear to God, sometimes I've like hacked machines, like gambling machines, like video games. Sometimes I swear I've even made dice happen. You know what I mean? Like,
You laid your hands on the gambling machine? Is that
well,
what
I
you
just
said?
thought really hard. I just like literally like just imagined what was happening and made it such a concrete thought. And you got to think that your thought form is just a series of brain waves that have a particular frequency signature. And if you can kind of like interfere with the frequency signatures of the electric signals in the machine, you can produce a result.
That's prayer.
Yeah, that's
That's
exactly.
prayer.
Yeah, exactly.
So when you have 2 or 3 people praying for the same thing, that's why you can have people all around
Free
the
drink
country
here.
praying
Last call for
and
alcohol.
making a change.
Anybody else need
No.
Thank you.
You're not having another
Of
one.
course I'm not.
Liar. You just
So
broke
glad
a,
I'm not
you just
married
broke a
again.
commandment, Mark. You broke a commandment.
What was the commandment that I
Thou
broke?
shalt not bear false witness. Now, you just lied to me. You're getting another beer, I know you are.
Jesus is gonna kick your ass,
The
dude.
commandment of thou shalt not kill with animals.
Thou shalt not kill with animals.
Yeah, like animal products and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know.
You believe Jesus says, for
I
1,000 years.
think it's more, thou shalt not
I don't
murder.
know.
We don't actually go to heaven. The Bible doesn't say that. It does say we'll
Yeah, I
live
think
in the
there's a
sky.
difference.
Yeah.
When God pours out his wrath on here.
Well,
You know, it gets a little deep. Anyway, Jesus
Murdering
back there.
requires,
The dead rise
I don't
first,
know.
then we
Yeah.
I know you're coming from this vegan aspect.
God kicks some serious ass.
Yeah,
Back
I
to the
know.
earth. For 1,000 years he sets up his kingdom.
I think
And during that time, he binds Satan in the bottom of
And the Bible doesn't say thou shalt not murder. The Bible says thou shalt not kill.
Animals obviously don't want to die.
No, they
Yeah, how do you
don't.
feel about that, Mr. Commandment? When you break the thou shalt not kill
It's also like
commandment every day.
No, it says thou shalt not murder.
It says thou shalt not kill.
Thou shalt not murder.
Definitely says. And
You
either
know the
way,
difference between
either way,
So there
murder.
is like
there's Greek, right, which is
If
New
we're
Testament,
literally-
Hebrew, which is Old Testament, then there are
we're one way
translations
to like survive,
of those
right?
originals.
So why are we picking this
So when
more
you- when you
brutal
see
way
something
that
in a
does
translation,
energies
right,
and, like, hey, this
in order
spirit isn't,
for
like,
you to make a
sacrificed,
mental
like, demonic
evaluation of that, you
Yeah,
have to
I
go
don't
back
know.
to
I'm
the
still
original to
working
make sure
through that.
the guy that
Yeah.
translated wasn't trying to screw
If
you.
you're
Yeah.
going to like
I
talk
agree.
about, like I'm not here.
Like in the Bible
No,
says,
and
the
I
first
was
day of the week,
raised with
the
all
apostles
that, like
worship.
sacrificing
First day of the week
was
is
something
Sunday.
that they had to
The
do.
word
So
that they translated
I
first day of the
just
week
accepted
is
it,
Sabbath.
and I'm
Yeah.
not so sure
What's
that
a
it's
Saturday?
right.
The sixth day.
Yeah, I know. It makes sense.
Or
Even the
seventh-
months.
or
Even the
seventh
months
day,
don't
I'm
make
sorry.
sense.
It
First,
feels like it is unnecessary.
anyway.
When you do look at it like from outside of everything, it is kind of like unnecessary. And like,
I agree.
Very careful what you believe is true.
I completely agree. They run the show, bro.
And that's why Jesus made salvation so easy. Because he will Satan can't fuck it up.
I don't actually need
Because
this.
they're
This is
lying.
false
Whosoever
confirmation,
believes in
my
me shall not
diabetes,
Yeah.
my
He made it
cholesterol,
easy.
you know, so
Right?
it also makes
People
sense.
still screw it up.
Yeah.
Because he said even some, you know,
So
people are
it's
going to
like
say, haven't I
making
cast
that
out demons
connection
in
with
your name?
that kind of stuff. It
Right?
is part of
Then
it.
he's going to say, I never knew you.
This
Yeah.
is the way. This is
You were practicing
They
religion.
are indoctrinated.
Yeah.
Trying to get paid under the table.
We're not
Yeah.
seeing
Fool me.
we're seeing we're going to
I got a foolproof pen, a plan to figure out who you are, your spirit.
Like I said, if I
But there's going to be plenty of people that are so,
So if
because
I
it says
have a guy
humble
who
yourself.
sells organic beef at this
People
health,
won't humble themselves.
at healthcare, are you gonna
They
get
think they know
upset?
what's right, what's wrong.
I've got it to the point where it's like
If God
it does,
doesn't
it's still, I'm
match
always
up
gonna
with
feel
you
it.
want,
You know what I mean? I'm always gonna feel it.
Yeah.
I'm always gonna be like, man, God.
I'll just know to put you guys at opposite ends. So.
Yeah. Well, no, because I'd rather people that are going in there to see my stuff too. You know what I mean? Like it's
Well, it's not a very big room, but I won't put you next to each other.
Well, no, that's so I'd rather be next to because then I get the people that want to eat the meat to see the meat and stuff. You know what I mean? And it's like it would like it hurts, but it's like it not only does it help animals, it helps humanity. And that's what I feel like people need to do.
No, I agree that the vegetarian way is much better.
It's the healthiest thing I've ever done.
You know what I mean? Like even spiritually,
I got
we
cash,
stop
but I don't try to control
we
myself
stop
with meat.
contributing to the death.
Right.
How much lighter would the universe universe being thing.
Right.
Like spiritual, you know what I mean? So,
And it is ritual sacrifice, make no mistake. I mean, you
Yeah,
guys don't feel that
yes.
way, but when the people are doing it in that factory farm, the reason that was designed and put on a fucking ley line is so that the energy that gets extracted from, the energy gets extracted, they actually feed the Earth's morphic field with this like dark energy to try and essentially imbalance it in favor of
What do
it.
you think about the spirit of the people who are actually like killing these animals?
I mean, they gotta live with that.
well, there's the documentary Slaughterhouse Works actually went vegan after, and they say like another thing takes them over. They say they have to block themselves out because he talks about it. He's like, for a while like I feel bad, but then I had to just go away. I had to go away, and when you like go away, what's coming in?
Demons, then
You know,
demons act
when
through
you
you.
leave your body, when you have to leave your body, like demonic spirit. You see these things too, and like I've watched some bad slaughterhouse footage, and they're like kicking.
Yes,
they're
I
like,
can't watch it
know
when
what
I
I
don't
mean?
want to hear about
And that happens, and that's what happens.
Every day.
Because, like, you know what I mean? We're contributing to that guy kicking that animal.
And there's nothing holy about it.
You know,
There's nothing spiritual about it.
Yeah, so
No,
it's just that's just one part of it too. You know what I mean? And I don't think no one's bad for like.
Muslims split the throat of the goats and the sheep.
Halal
Yeah,
is,
Muslims eat sheep.
they are horrible
yeah.
and treat their animals
And
horrible.
then the Jews are big on cows. And then
You know what I
forget
mean?
the Christians.
Like,
What would be the
No, I
best
agree.
way,
Yeah.
the most humane way to kill an animal?
That's a trick question. Yeah. What's the most humane way to kill a human?
No,
How would you like to
that's
be
not
killed?
true. If God gave us dominion over all the world, the animals are for our benefit.
And how come animals are the main cause of cancer and heart disease? If they're for our
Well, they
benefit?
do give them.
Where are you getting the statistics from? The mainstream?
Well, I mean, I just experienced it in my life. I was 180 pounds. I was overweight. I was fat. I had acid problems, and then I stopped eating it all, and I became a fucking vegan MMA fighter. I'm the best fucking wrestler in
honestly,
Philadelphia.
I was at 240 pounds.
She was
I was
even bigger,
very
yeah.
unhealthy.
She
I
even
had
eat.
inflammation.
Showing
I
cheese.
had lower back pain, and this was young. And yeah, I was just an unhealthy vegetarian. I was eating cheese and dairy.